Nigga, your camera is bright.
My future's bright, my brother. Thank you for tuning in for another episode of the Freaking Podcast. This is Barbershop Talk, minus the barbershop. And I ain't got none of those acronyms this week because we on some other shit this week, as you all know.
Yeah.
Of course, I'm joined alongside the other half of the Freaking Podcast, the light-skinned assassin, the light-skinned nigga who do dark nigga shit, Lex X.
Lex X.
Like
revolution will be televised, my brother. Okay.
Assalamu alaikum.
Salaikum salam.
Already.
What's going on, my brother? How you feeling?
Seriously?
Like that, huh?
Seriously.
I mean, we gotta keep the podcast the natural. You know what I'm saying? Like my main thing is this: we gonna start it lighthearted. We definitely got some lighthearted stuff, but it's some serious stuff that we about to talk about in this episode. And we got some special guests for y'all. You know what I'm saying? That's gonna come on the line, and we're gonna have a good dialogue. You know what I'm saying? I feel like this episode is gonna be very informative. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I got a perfect spin on all this stuff. There's gonna be a lot of stuff we shooting out there that might seem a bit, look, not negative, but just, stuff that was going on, but I got a positive spin to it, so.
Yeah, and this is the episode that you tell your mamas about. You know what I'm saying? Go and share it, give it out, you know what I'm saying? And let everybody listen to.
Yeah.
This is for everybody.
So, So speaking of guests, we about to bring on SG right now.
SG.
Hold on 1 second and bring him on. Oh, shoot, where'd he go?
My little big brother. Yeah, man.
SG, what up?
SG, you in the building?
He loaded up.
SG going once. SG going twice. SG got that Sprint service, so that shit goes slow. It gotta boot up. He got that America Online, nigga.
Yep. Making that little noise. Shh. The dial up.
Little man be running and shit. You got mail.
And that nigga stay in the same spot. In the middle.
Oh, that's not SG. That's T-Dot. What's up, T-Dot?
What's up? TR's in the building.
That's T-Dot.
Put on my glasses.
Okay.
Hide my identity.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Where it's all your face, though.
Oh, it's okay. Are we recording already or what? Y'all?
Yeah, we already recording. We in that thing.
Yes, y'all got me.
So honestly, my bad, y'all. We thought it was SG, but this is T-Dot. You know what I'm saying? Coming in. TR, me T-Dot, T-Dot, me TR. You know what I'm saying?
Man, how you doing? Man?
Definitely a day one fan of the podcast.
For sure.
Day one.
Appreciate that.
Yeah, we appreciate the love, man. So as we wait on SG, I say we get right into it. I mean, I know we said we're gonna start off with giving out some Lexus roses. For those of y'all that don't know, we've been doing this for the last couple of weeks, just showing the people love that are still here, that are doing positive things in the community. I personally want to start off small. I'm gonna give it not really small because he's doing big shit. I want to give it to Ben Crump.
Yeah.
I don't know if y'all know who Ben Crump is.
Well, break it down.
What I'm saying? Ben Crump is basically at the front line of all this Black Lives Matter movement. He's basically the head attorney on a lot of these cases, and he's definitely somebody that I feel like should get some roses, get some love. You want to kind of bounce it around, or just go through the list, TR?
Whatever, man. Because I know you were very passionate about this, and I know we usually have like our format, but man, just go for what you know. And you start off with just
okay. So moving along, I want to give.
Can I get my roses too? No, you finished or?
No, I got a list, bro. So
my bad.
You want to go back and forth? What you want to do?
No, do your thing. I'm right here.
All right. So next person up on my list, I got Charlamagne the God. A lot of people don't like Charlamagne. Personally, I fuck with Charlamagne. I like Charlamagne because Charlamagne speak that shit, and he really don't back down. So I give my roses to Charlamagne. Moving right along, since we moving on with me, I got to go next to Killer Mike out there in Atlanta, who's been doing a hella work out there in Atlanta in the streets and not really getting a lot of love from anywhere else, but I feel like he's doing a hell of a job out there. On the same kind of note with Killer Mike, I want to give a shout out to David Banner, who's also been doing work for years as well.
Consistently.
Out there.
Yes.
Huh? Consistently, yeah. Kind of bouncing around, let's get into the sports arena. I want to give a shout out to Cap. I mean, I feel like people are starting to realize what Kaepernick was doing, which we all saw years ago, and we as a community knew what the fuck he was doing. But now everybody else wants to know what the fuck he was doing, and they're starting to get it. Especially the NFL, which we definitely gonna talk about a little bit later on in this fucking episode. But gotta give a shout out to fucking Cap because he started this shit. Well, not started it, but he made a big impact on this shit. So we gotta give a shout out to Cap. Right. Moving along, sports wise, I want to give a shout out to DeAndre Hopkins. I don't know if y'all heard the article that he put out about why he wears the number 10. But basically, he wears the number 10 because one of his family members went to jail for 10 years for having $600 worth of drugs. So in solidarity of that, in knowing that it was wrong for him to go to jail for some bullshit like that, that's the number that he rocks, and I, you know what I'm saying, I respect that. Moving right along, like I said, I got a laundry list, y'all, so apologize in advance. Mayor Boiser, and I could be saying her name wrong, but Mayor Boiser of Washington, D.C. I don't know if y'all saw what she did today, but the street in front of the White House, I think that's so fucking dope. She basically made it Black Lives Matter Avenue. It's literally the street that goes right to the fucking White House. I think that's so fucking dope. I think that's a dope stance that she took for the city of Washington, D.C., and I want to salute her for doing that.
I mean, I will say this. Interrupt you right now. I like the fact that she did that too because we had a president in the White House, and he did nothing of the sorts. But he put the gay flag on the White House. But that's another story. Go ahead. I just wanted to talk about that.
SG just texted me, so he should be joining soon. By the way, I see you down there, TR. I see you down there, Q. I see you. We gonna let you speak in a minute. Moving right along, y'all might not even know this, but my favorite ice cream now is Ben and Jerry's.
Ben and Jerry's, yep. That was gonna be, yeah.
I'm fucking with Ben and Jerry's. Ben and Jerry's posted something. I know Q, you really don't be on social media like that, so I gotta send it to you. But they dropped some knowledge on Instagram or Twitter or something, one of the sorts. Right. And they basically just gave like some Black history, some quotes on what's going on right now, why they stand with us, why they, you know what I'm saying? And I thought that was really dope. So when all this shit is over, I'm about to go get some Ben and Jerry's. Nigga, I might even look into some stocks.
Right. And not to cut you off though too, but people don't realize Ben and Jerry's been talking this shit for a long time. This ain't nothing new. This ain't because it is. They've always been on some empowering justice type thing. Ben and Jerry's they've been thorough for a long time.
Yeah, so I fuck with Ben and Jerry's, and the rest of the movement should as well. Last but certainly not least, and I know my boy TR been waiting on me to say this because we had this conversation off air.
Hold on. I'm gonna set up for
and
this.
I know my boy Q gonna be mad at me because we ain't had this conversation yet, so I know he gonna be mad.
Blue face, baby. All right.
LeBron James is the GOAT. Okay, I'm gonna let that stay out in the air for a little bit. I'm gonna say it one more time. LeBron James is the GOAT. LeBron James is the GOAT for the simple fact of the matter that the man is bigger than an athlete. His hashtag more than an athlete, he stands by that shit. That nigga is more than a fucking athlete. He don't give a fuck about Sprite. He don't give a fuck about McDonald's. He don't give a fuck about Nike. He don't give a fuck about none of that shit. He gonna talk that talk and do what the fuck that a lot of motherfuckers won't. Like, let's talk about MJ. MJ don't do shit for the Black community. He did something today. Yeah. After, you know what I'm saying? We'll give him kudos. He gave $100 million today. Jordan Brand, whatever, that's cool. Shout out to Jordan Brand. He did that today. But, and I know a lot of people are gonna disagree with me. I know people are gonna be mad when I say this, but what did my boy Kobe do for the Black community?
I mean, that's a good question.
Hey,
that's a very good question.
You know,
I'm just saying. I love Kobe dearly. I love Kobe to death. Don't get it twisted. I'm the number one Kobe fan on this damn podcast right now. I love Kobe to death. I got Kobe posters everywhere. I got fucking tattoo on my arm, the same Kobe tattoo that he got with his daughters. I love that nigga to death. But what the fuck and God rest the dead. I'm sorry. I didn't mean disrespect Kobe like that. But what did he do for the black community.
And I'm telling you, and why you think I love Shaq so much? Because Shaq used to, when he played for the Lakers, he used to do a lot of community in the hood, the ghetto. Kobe took his shit over to China. But we got SG coming on right now. We got SG coming on right now.
You know what?
Go ahead. Before I bring him on, go ahead.
Not to cut you off, TR. And I'm actually gonna give him a roses right now too, because I was gonna give him a roses on the next episode. But shout out to Shaq, because Shaq does work, man. Shaq does work. Shaq has businesses. Shaq is putting people on. So shout out to Shaq, man. If I haven't given him roses before, I think I have, but if not, for sure. But that's my roses. I know a lot of people are gonna be mad, but honestly, this is just the tip of the iceberg, because we got some more shit niggas gonna be mad about later on this episode. But LeBron is the GOAT, man, because overall he's more than an athlete. He's standing up for the black community. He don't give a fuck about his sponsors. He don't give a fuck about none of that shit. So from this day forward, I will stand on it. You heard it right here on this episode. LeBron is the fucking GOAT.
I do disagree, but I'll let you go. I mean, only reason why I disagree is because when you're talking about outside of the sport being the GOAT, I would tip my hat to Muhammad Ali, because when he did it, he actually lost a lot. LeBron's doing it via Twitter thumbs, and he ain't losing nothing. He's still having Taco Tuesdays, my dude. But when you look at Muhammad Ali, he lost a lot in making that stance. And at the time, it was similar to today. It was just a different format. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I would, if you want to just do greatest of all time, I would look at Muhammad Ali. I would look at the Cap, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. He made some stands. But I would all put them all, at least LeBron is elevated to their level. And I do give him that. That's is in their realm. Right. But Michael Jordan will never be in their realm.
Absolutely.
Because his legacy is too deeply engraved in the fact of Republicans buy tennis shoes too.
Damn. Yeah. And I think
hey man, I tried to tell y'all shit about to get real.
No, and I think his thing was about to go, because we always have this going back and forth about Kobe's better, LeBron's better, Jordan. So it's just those three. It's not saying everybody, we know.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, but it's statistically, LeBron is the GOAT. Statistically, I mean, if you look at, if you want to just look at stats, if you want to look at the actual player impact of the game, your eye test, Michael Jordan is the GOAT. I mean, because it's kind of like Michael Jordan fathered them dudes. Like, and Magic Johnson is actually, LeBron's baby daddy as well. Like he's kind of fathered the style in which LeBron plays. So it's kind of hard to have, a Johnny come lately type thing, and then elevate that person over the person who they stole their whole style. Right. That's why Kobe can never be better than Jordan. And Kobe said himself, like, I am who I am because of him.
Yeah.
Like, so you kind of got to just let the GOAT talk be what it is.
Right. I mean, and at the end of the day, LeBron does wear 23 for a reason. So exactly.
Paying homage to the GOAT.
Yeah. So let me
basketball.
Let me cut you off 1 second. Let me get SG here. He waiting to get in.
Yeah, so while we waiting on SG to come in, that's my Lexus Roses for this episode. So we can pass it around. I don't know if you got some, Q. I don't know if you got some, TR, but
hold on, he should be coming here. Hold on. He said I put him in. It says joining, so I don't know. Okay, he's going another one. I don't know what's wrong. And I'm not. See, I hate when niggas do shit like this. It says Big Daddy's iPhone is waiting, nigga. I'm not calling no nigga Big Daddy.
We ain't doing that shit.
Nigga. SG, that's your name, nigga.
SG, you SG, nigga. You ain't Big Daddy. Nigga.
You tripping.
You SG, nigga.
Oh, that's hilarious.
We don't do that.
So we connected, whatever. So go ahead. You got some Lexus Roses to give out or what?
So I like everything you touched on. Just shout out to people on the front lines of the protest, everybody going out there. Man, it's one dude. I give Lexus Roses to this dude. I don't even know his name, but he's a white guy, whatever. He went to the protest. He got shot in the eye with I think it was a tear gas or rubber bullet. Lost his eye.
Yo.
SG, what up?
What's up with it, baby? How y'all doing?
All right. What video?
Good. Where your video at, nigga?
I'll do that. Y'all know I don't know this electronic type shit. There it is. Watch
there
it.
There it is.
There it is.
All right. No, the dude lost the eye in the protest. The eye came out. He has to get a prosthetic now, and he said, what did he say? He said something to the fact that, I lost the eye, but it's not as bad as what black people are going through. That's some goat shit. I was like, and he's not even black. That was the crazy thing. So I give it to him too.
Yeah, that was dope.
Everybody that you mentioned, definitely deserve it. But in particular, this company I want to recognize right now, and I'm like, wow, Reebok.
Yeah.
Reebok put a post and they said, quote unquote, without the black community, Reebok would not exist.
Yeah.
America would not exist.
I saw that.
And I'm like, wow, it takes some balls to do some shit like that.
Yeah, that was deep.
And it's the truth because I'm thinking about when Reebok came out, like when he was popping, Shaq really put him on.
Yep.
Sean Kemp. So, and they recognize that them two, like people like that, actually make them who they are. So that took some balls, and that was cool.
That was.
So yeah.
Hey, don't forget D Brown and them punks.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, it was lovely.
Right. So yeah, that was cool for Reebok to do. But everybody you mentioned, man, just everybody on the front lines of this shit, whatever. So
I missed a little bit. So who y'all mentioned?
So we gave Lexus Roses, just kind of wrapping it up since this nigga was late. He on CP time, unfortunately.
Yeah, my bad. Black time.
We gave it to Ben Crump. I gave it to Charlemagne the God, Kaepernick. I gave it to Killer Mike, David Banner, DeAndre Hopkins, Mayor Boozer of Washington D.C., who we talked about off air. SG, Ben and Jerry's ice cream. And last but not least, we had a little discussion about LeBron James and how LeBron James.
He was the what? He was the what? He was the what?
He's the GOAT.
Okay.
The GOAT.
Yeah, but
the GOAT. I'll say it for him.
Appreciate that.
But
that's cool. Did you get our governor for LA County?
The governor
for LA County, Gavin?
For
our mayor?
No. You talking about for Lexus Roses, or you talking about for Angry Man?
Lexus Roses.
Oh wait, if you want to give him Lexus, go ahead. What you got to say about Gavin Newsom?
Yeah, he said a good little speech, and what I respect about it is that he just came up straight. He just came up front, and he said like, look, these people are angry. They're mad. The black community has been like put down for so long, and he just said it at how it is what it is. Basically, he just basically put it out there, and he said what it really is. We've been getting like kicked to the side. We've been getting abused and all that. And then the other part about this is that the white people out here saying when people say Black Lives Matter, they saying all lives matter and all that, but they ain't really went through what we went through. So the governor kind of just put it.
I'm gonna stop you right there, SG. Not disrespecting you, but I'm gonna stop you right there because that's gonna lead into another discussion that we about to have a little bit later on. So I'm gonna stop you right there. But I do want to give Lexus Roses to Gavin Newsom because you're right.
Yeah,
he did say something.
He did.
Of the sort that he said what's going on right now as far as these protests is not to be blamed on the black people. He said this is our problem. He said we did this.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He pointed the finger at him. And you know what I'm saying? So I will give him Lexus Roses fat. I forgot about that.
Yeah, that's real, honey. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Might be bullshit, but
but for those of y'all who don't know, we starting the episode off with Lexus Roses. This episode honestly is gonna be an Angry Man episode. Because all four of us, from what I understand, are a little bit angry. So we're gonna have an open discussion and we're gonna let it out. Because that's the positive thing to do. So, TR, do you want to lead it, or do you want me to lead it as far as the Angry Man Corner, or what you want to do?
I'm going to nominate you to do it because you came to me and like, man, we need to hurry up, have a show. We can do it. Come on. Let's go, bro. Let's go.
All right.
Let's go, bro.
Let's go, bro. Fucking A right.
All right, so let's just dive right in. You know what I'm saying? The number one thing I want to talk about right now is let's just get to the topic right now. The number one topic right now, Drew Brees. Let's just dive right into it.
Oh man.
TR, how you feeling about Drew Brees?
I think Drew Brees is a sucker ass nigga for that. I said in 2016 he said the same shit before, but nobody checked him on it. Nobody said anything, and that's why ever since then I haven't too much care for him, and I'm glad the Saints really ain't did shit. And now he comes off bullshit as apology. He doesn't mean it. He's trying to have trying to save face now. And I think I saw Michael Thomas forgiving him and shit like that. Man, fuck that shit, because he said twice how he felt. You should never apologize for being you. He grew up in Texas, nigga. So he's one of these white. He's kin to these white redneck motherfuckers down in Texas, and you know how racist the motherfuckers are in Texas. So he said how he felt. He meant that shit. He is like, you know what? I don't give a fuck what y'all going to do, nigga. Just don't kneel. I don't give a fuck. Okay, that's fine. Y'all going through this shit, but you better put your heart over that flag. You better respect the flag. Like he's so dismissive, and there's nothing he could say to actually change it. I'm hoping in my heart, I hope he could just go ahead and retire, and they can bring Cam Newton, which is probably not gonna happen, but it'll be poetry in motion. That's my spirit.
Q, how you feeling about Drew Brees down there, man?
Well, as you know, yesterday I told you adamantly that this Drew Brees thing, he suffers from, like you were saying, white supremacy, and I was thinking that it's more like a white inferiority complex. You know what I mean? Like I said, he walked around the locker room and, you know, he not really measuring up to the brothers to the left and right of him, you know, so he kind of like feel a certain kind of way about that, maybe a little jealous, but Drew Brees is going to be who he's going to be. He's going to continue to act the way he's going to act, and you just got to accept people for who they are. But I think that we spend a lot of time, even in platforms like this, where we talk about a Drew Brees or somebody like that. At the end of the day, let that person be in a lane, but we have to get focused as a community and go towards our goal. Like our goal is to get justice, right? And somebody like him, that's a deflection. And he knew what he was doing when he released it. So you see how it took over the airline, it took over the airway. As soon as he did it, then he gonna issue an apology. All that did is deflect from the whole purpose, which is now we're talking about kneeling for the flag again, instead of talking about this man who was murdered in front of the entire world.
Right.
So it's deflection.
And before I go to SG and get his feedback on it, I kind of want to piggyback on what you said, because you said that it's a deflection from the real problem, and that's actually what David Banner said, and I posted it on my IG today. David Banner was like, we're not focused no more. Like, what the focus right now is on Drew Brees, when it should still be on the injustice and getting justice. You know what I'm saying? And that's the problem with a lot of black people. We get so, you know what I'm saying, unfocused, or we get sidetracked on what we need to do when we need to stay focused on the task at hand. So SG, how you feeling about Drew Brees, man?
Man, I totally agree with all that Q just said. And also, like David Banner, he said it perfectly for me. Like, I have no questions about nothing that he mentioned earlier. That's just a disguise, man. That's just something to get us off track. Like Q said, let that man be him. Let him do what he do. Leave him where he at. TR mentioned, you know, he said this before.
Yeah.
So, you already know what I'm going to go with. If a horse kick you in the ass once, it ain't your fault. But if he kick you in the ass again, that's your fault.
Right.
And we know this. And I'm sorry, y'all. I must say this. I love Drew Brees. He's a good quarterback. I like him. I like his talent. But what he stand for is what he stand for. And that's okay with me.
Right.
That's okay.
Right.
You know, you believe in what you believe in.
Right.
And we all do what we do, but I don't know, man. I think we should just keep focused on this main thing. Let's get this job done. Like David Banner said it. Let's get this job done, man. We can't lose focus on that.
Right.
We can't really multitask.
Right.
It ain't in us.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's funny. It's funny you said that, because it reminds me of the Dave Chappelle joke we were talking about. Who gives a fuck what Ja Rule thinks about a time like this?
Right.
You know what I mean? It's like, who cares? Like,
Yeah. But nah, so my 2 cents on Drew Brees, I'm gonna keep it short and simple, because y'all kind of hit it right on the head. Fuck Drew Brees. Fuck Charles Barkley. I don't know if y'all heard what Charles Barkley said on Inside NBA. Fuck Charles Barkley too, because Charles Barkley got on there talking about He's such a great person. He does so much for New Orleans and blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. And I'm going to go back to what Malcolm X said. If you stab me with a 9-inch knife and you pull it out a couple of inches, what the fuck does that mean? That's right? You good?
You still stab.
You still fucking stab me, nigga.
Right.
So fuck Drew Brees and fuck Charles Barkley if that's how you feel. So
Even if he is
a
good person. Even if he is a good person. Thank you, bro. Thank you what you did for New Orleans and for these blacks over there.
So TR, I see you up there. Your reaction. What you got to say? You good?
Oh no, somebody was at my door. I was wondering.
Oh, okay. All right. So moving right along, it's kind of in the same realm of Drew Brees. The NFL came out yesterday. I want to say yesterday, and a lot of the players came together and released a video. The video was pretty dope. I liked it. You know what I'm saying? It's basically demanding justice. I feel like it's a little bit too late. And like my boy SG doing, he putting his thumbs down. I feel like it's kind of too late because where was y'all at when Cap was taking a knee? But we're going to discuss this right now. We're going to discuss this right now.
Yeah.
So I want y'all feedback on the video if y'all seen it, for one. But I also want y'all feedback on Roger Goodell and his feedback to the video. So Roger Goodell made a comment that he posted on the NFL's Instagram, and something stuck out to me. He says, the NFL says there will not be an NFL without black players, and we need to apologize. We need to apologize. So in my opinion, before I pass it over to my boy TR and go around like we just did, what the fuck does an apology from the NFL look like? Because to me, an apology from the NFL looks like we need more black owners. We need more black involvement in the fucking NFL. And on top of that, we need Cap to get back his ass in the NFL and stop being blackballed. That's my justice in the NFL. So, TR, what you think?
Well, I saw the video, but I didn't see all the players or whatever. I saw one person. I'm like, nigga, really? And he plays on my team, Ezekiel Elliott.
Yeah, that was some bullshit. I didn't want to say nothing, but that's some bullshit.
So Ezekiel Elliott, if you don't know, in 2016 when Dak Prescott punk ass was actually sucking Jerry. I'm not gonna say that. When he was on Jerry Jones's coattails.
Say what you gotta say.
Allegedly
was sucking Jerry Jones' dick.
Allegedly. When Jerry Jones went out and said that pretty much if whoever protests is gonna pretty much get reprimanded, Dak Prescott pretty much bowed down and said the same thing. He pretty much co-signed what he said. Then Zeke co-signed him. But now Zeke is turning it around. Like, what's going on? Like, oh, now you for it, whatever, nigga. So I know, to me, that video lost credibility right then and there. Because you got some sucking niggas on that shit who really don't mean it, who are just doing it because you guys are running hella PR right now because the season coming up, and think about this too. The season, the money is going to be in jeopardy because people ain't going to be in the stands. So you going to need them viewers. So it's going to take niggas to be like, you don't want people to be like, no, I'm watching this shit. And because before when you don't watch it, it hurt them a little bit, but they still get the money and people in the stands, they get other shit, the sponsorship, but hey, nobody going to the games. So you're going to need all the eyes you can see. No pun intended. So that's my thing. I mean, Roger Goodell's whatever. It's a PR. It's not genuinely from the heart because they wouldn't have waited to get to this point if they really genuinely felt like that. So that's my spiel.
Q.
Well, you know how I feel about the NFL. So, no, I did not see the video. And what would look like an apology to me, I agree. Bring back Cap. But I think it needs to be deeper than that. Not just having ownership, but we need to have some guaranteed contracts as well. Because you're putting a lot of these cats, what about health insurance for these cats after they finish with the game? Because it's people who play high school football who don't even make it to that level and they need health insurance because it just tears your body up.
Yeah.
So I'm not a big fan of the NFL, even though I look like a football player. Everywhere I go, they give me that. But yeah, man, I'm not a fan of the NFL. And also on top of that, going to where you were saying as far as Ezekiel Elliott, I think he's a great running back. I think Drew Brees is a great quarterback. I feel like all these people are great in what they're doing, which is their job. Right. But when you expect them to do something outside of that, that becomes the issue. And to be honest, a lot of them are young. These are young men.
Yeah.
Ezekiel Elliott is a young man, so I'm not going to expect him to have the knowledge and wherewithal as a 40-year-old, 50-year-old man to go out there and speak on issues that he's just now starting to be a part of, just now starting to witness. His eyes just now starting to open. Right. So I'm not going to hold him to the fire per se, or none of the younger players. I'm not going to hold them to the fire because they're still learning, they're still adapting, and we don't know what kind of home they was raised up in, where they can low-key be coons. You got a lot of coons in the NFL.
Right.
Because if they weren't cooning, then they would have stood with Cap regardless. But that's just my spiel. The NFL is definitely on the PR. They running with the PR thing. I think it's a little too late to be doing all that. I mean, when the NBA came across the same issue, they already knew. They gave the players a lot of love in the beginning. The players have a lot of power, right. And they also put the players in a position where they don't penalize them if they do speak out on social issues.
Right.
So the NFL stop penalizing people for taking a knee. Stop doing all the things that you're doing, which looks like you're holding us down as we're trying to make some progress.
SG, what you feel about that?
I agree with that. I agree with the fact that the NFL is bullshit. Straight up. You gotta just say it, call it for what it is, bro. It is, man. That video, I saw the video, and the man said, we're late to this. You're not late to this, bro. You seen that, Lex? He said, well, we're late, and we apologize, man. Keep that same energy, bro. Straight up. Cap tried to tell you, bro. He said we're late.
Not late. We're late like we're going to a party or something. Like, oh, sorry, we're late.
Like they missed a flight or something, nigga.
Right, we're late.
Like I was late on this podcast.
I'm late to the podcast.
Missed a flight.
Oh, man, I was tired, man. I'm late. Sorry.
Come on, man. You looking at us like we a joke. We got to be a joke to you, and I don't know, man. I told you earlier how I felt about the whole little situation, man. You keep the same energy. Give Cap a contract. We need more blacks in management, and we need our action. Like, I don't really agree with Q said because I know that, these players are young and all that, but I'm sure that they went through. I'm sure that they have family members or cousins or brothers or somebody that went through something that wasn't right.
Yeah.
So they, even being young, you still got to be educated, and you got to stand for something or you will fall for anything. So riding with Cap or, whatever, however way you want to do it, I respect it, but just don't sit there and not say nothing. Or when Drew apologized or the NFL apologized, you go with it. Like, oh, all right, well, he said sorry.
Right.
Well, I mean, the reason why I said that is because if you ever knew like an NFL player or any player that was in high school like that, he the best. He the best in the school. A lot of times when you that dude, you getting sheltered from a lot of stuff all the way up.
Yeah.
And then that sheltered, being sheltered all the way up, you're not going to be truly exposed like Lil Wayne. I don't know racism. Nigga, please, you grew up in New Orleans. You know all about racism. But like I said, they get sheltered all the way up. They get kept in this cocoon because they're the star quarterback, the star running back, the star basketball player. And then when they get to those platforms, the platform is bigger than they're actually mentally prepared for. Right. And that's what I mean by giving them an opportunity to grow. Because not saying that they're young and dumb, it's just that they're not ready for what's actually being brought to their table. And that's why a lot of them lose their money. They lose a lot of things because they're just not ready. That's what I mean by that.
Yeah. I now I get you. I get you. And it's bigger than what they know. It's bigger than what they probably even expected. I get that. That makes sense.
Kind of saying it.
Points, they both make great points. It's like, go ahead.
So now, kind of staying in that same realm and kind of something that you said, SG, that we always been saying for a long time is keep that same energy. So I say we keep that same fucking energy on ESPN because ESPN recently made a comment and said that they also are standing with Black Lives Matter and they understand injustice and they're against racism. I find that really funny because last time I checked, shout out to Nip always, didn't y'all fire Jamel Hill for speaking her mind? And didn't y'all fire Kerry Champion for speaking her mind? So how y'all keeping that same energy in Black Lives Matter?
Like you forgot they were late. They were late to the party. They're late. They're late.
They're late. Hey, you're late.
They're late.
Sorry. Say sorry.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry, ESPN.
Sorry.
Maybe next time for you, buddy. Maybe next time.
I mean, but you can't just say ESPN. It's the whole Disney conglomerate because Disney owns ESPN, ABC, all of that stuff. And we already know that Walt Disney was a starch racist. So it's like Disney is just like America. The platform in which it was built on racism. So you can't expect nothing but it to kind of permeate through the pores of the organization, just like America, so will Disney be. So ESPN, ABC, and any other company that they accumulate, like Pixar and all of the other stuff, watch what your kids is watching, because you'll be like, what is this? You watch some of these cartoons and some of this stuff on Disney, and like, I don't understand how you can have young kids being homosexual, but that's on a whole other story.
Oof.
Oh man,
that's for a whole nother episode. But a good point, because I was just watching. I don't know if y'all watch it, because everybody in here got kids. Or some of us got older kids, whatever. But I was just watching Zootopia with my kids the other day, and I don't know if y'all ever checked that movie out. I highly recommend it if you got kids. That movie is about racism, because they literally say, oh, we got to protect us against predators, against the lions, against a certain people, and move them out of the city. I started scratching my head. I'm like, this is some racist shit. Like, what the fuck?
This was going on right now.
They get on the bus.
And you know where lions come from, right?
What happened?
You know where lions come from too, right?
There you go.
Africa.
So they sitting on the bus, and a lion comes sit down, and she moved her purse over. I was like, nigga, this is fucking racism. Like, what the fuck? Like, come on, bro. Like,
hey, you know they say they're gonna put it in our face before. You know, we just naive to it, or not ignorant and naive to it. You know, we see it, but we don't think nothing of it, because the Simpsons been doing it for years.
Years, bro.
Yeah.
Years, bro.
We're gonna keep it moving, because we got a lot to talk about, and I don't want this episode to be like 5 hours. I know niggas got lives, so not to cut you short. We got to keep it moving. So, how y'all feel about J.R. Smith?
I mean,
about him beating up the dude that busts his windshield. You know what we're talking about?
Yeah.
I mean, that's
trying to kill Tom Cruise.
What we talking about? It's an open and closed case. Let somebody bust your Tesla.
When is my turn?
Go ahead.
Go ahead, Jack.
Go ahead.
All right. I just wanted to kind of get the sports out of there. So we all standing with JR. Cool. Fuck it. I'm with it. So kind of staying in the sports realm before I move on to some more serious shit. Laura Ingraham. I don't know if all y'all know who Laura Ingraham is.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah, we know who she is.
Okay, so Laura Ingraham from Fox News, basically, long story short, did not keep that same energy like we just said. She had the nerve to tell KD and LeBron.
What was this? KD.
I didn't catch it. I didn't catch that first.
And LeBron to hashtag shut up and dribble. That's what she told him, right? As you know, as we talked to earlier, LeBron, more than an athlete, you know, he came back, he did all that, he spoke on it, had his opinion. Kudos to LeBron. But she didn't keep that same energy with the man that we talked about earlier, Drew Brees. When Drew Brees made his comment, she went on Fox News, and her comment was, oh, well, he's entitled to an opinion. He can say whatever he wants. So I'm going to swing it in a different way instead of going to my boy TR. SG, how you feel about that?
Feel like that's bullshit too. I'm going to go off of what TR said. That's how she really feels. That's how she really felt. That's how she felt, 100. And it's not just her. It's a lot of people, like, in that world. I'm going to say that world because they're not in my world. So over there, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's going to come out. All we got to do is sit back and do what Dave said and just focus on the main prize. Mm-hmm. Lord, what's her name? Ingram?
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here. Yeah. You know, you just like, come on, man. I don't know. Maybe it's me. I don't know. I feel like that was total bullshit. And I'm not gonna say she's wrong because everybody has the right to their own opinion and all that, but like that right there is just their true colors is coming. That's all.
Feel you. So Q, what you feel about it?
Well, I believe it was Maya Angelou who said, if somebody show you who they are, believe them to be who they show you that they are. Something like that. I mean, I might be
You're right. I get
quote,
you.
But
We with you, brother.
You're right.
So
I got you.
he did it before where she
I'm
told
my brother
LeBron to
keeper. I
shut
got
up
you.
and dribble. He told LeBron to shut up and dribble. LeBron is what? Black. You got a white guy over here saying some outlandish bullshit, and it's like, oh yeah, but he's giving his opinion. Okay, well then guess what? We know where you are. You're basically pulling your lines and everything you do out of the white supremacist playbook. So she just flipped the page and said, okay, that's what I was supposed to say in reaction to these situations, and that's what she did. So let her be what she's gonna be once again. Keep moving forward and to the next subject.
And get your ass up out of here.
My brother from another mother. TR, what you feeling about that?
I just equate it to the same thing as like when you know how if you turn the lights on and you see roaches scatter and shit. The roaches are there. It's just when the light comes on, you see them now, right? And to me, I'm gonna put it as the in this case, the light here is a dimmer of justice coming out. The real justice is finally being shown, but all the white supremacists are all coming out showing themselves now. They all coming out. And like you said earlier, I mean, I didn't give a fuck what she said because I mean I'm not surprised. You know what I mean?
Yeah, me too.
Like I'm not looking at her. Like Jay said, I'm looking past her. So not surprised. Don't care either way because I mean at this point I'm not saying that she if she says the wrong thing she might lose her job now because people are actually starting to take heed to what these motherfuckers are saying about the Black Lives Matter movement and all this shit. So, I mean, she better walk on eggshells. So, regardless of whatever, I don't care. Not surprised.
So,
it's gonna
moving right along. Like I said, we just getting deeper and deeper and deeper. We out of the sports realm. Let's dig a little deeper.
Did you give your point on it?
My point on it is fuck that bitch.
Okay, moving on.
Sustain.
Snoop Dogg. Oh, he's Snoop.
Moving on.
I mean, I keep it short and simple. Fuck that bitch. I mean,
not good to me.
Yeah, sustain.
All right. Yeah.
Next.
So moving right along. Let's talk about the governor of West Virginia, Jim Justice. So I don't know if y'all heard, and ironically, his name is Jim Justice of all fucking names. Get the fuck out of here. Governor of West Virginia went on TV, and I'm gonna say exactly what he said, and I'm gonna say it how he said it. He said, "Oh, all presidents are welcome here. I want everybody to be welcome here, except for Obama. He's not welcome here, but every other president, they can come. They can come."
You gotta smile at it.
Oh, yeah, he smiled and laughed about it at the end. So, once again, we're gonna round robin this shit. I'm gonna start with Q first, though. How you feel about this nigga?
Listen, he's just a representation of the entire state. Because if they elected him, that's how everybody in that state probably feels. And they're not rocking with Obama, just like they're not rocking with any justice for Black lives. So that kind of energy. Look, this is how I feel. You want it to be real their heads. Period. Like we need to get rid of cats like that.
Breaking up.
You breaking up.
That's what it is.
It sounds like Nelly over
off
there.
with their heads. We need to like if either get on the bus or we driving over you. Off with their heads.
Yeah.
I got you. TR, what you feel about it?
Piggyback on that. Virginia's always been known to be racist. I remember a story about Allen Iverson when before he went to Georgetown, and he got these white dudes. He was at a bowling alley, and he was just him and his friend mind their business. And these white dudes came over there and called them niggers and all this shit. So young dudes, they start squabbling. They start fighting. White dudes nothing happened to them. Allen Iverson and them boys got put in jail for a while. And it wasn't until I forgot what happened. Somebody actually got him out by the grace of God. But they were looking at some serious time when they didn't even start. And all they did was defend themselves. Because these people come over and call them, nigger this and nigger that. And they just defend themselves. So again, the governor is just indicative of that whole state. So whatever.
SG.
Blow the whole state up. Fuck it. By any means necessary. Get them all out of here.
Well, since you were so short,
you have some good people.
We don't like. Look. We don't like your kind around here.
I like
so
that.
SG. So SG, since you were so short with it, I'm gonna let you go to this next topic that you actually brought to my attention. The baddest bitch, Miss Trina. Go ahead and introduce that to us. What did Miss Trina do, SG?
You don't know that?
Miss Trina, come on, baby. She basically spoke up and said that she feels like the what is it called? The curfew should be 6 o'clock every day. And she allegedly, let's use allegedly, don't agree with all this, and she feel like why are, I don't even know how to say it. Why do we mess up what we got going on? Basically, every black person that's out there in the streets and all that, like it's okay for the police to treat you like this.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Her point was kind of like, it was harsh. I'm trying to figure out if it was some type of good where it comes from, because in a sense, I do agree with her on some of it. It's like, yeah, I believe if we want to change, we got to change ourselves first and our actions and our reactions to certain things. But like the way she just put it was kind of just harsh, and she had no empathy for the ones who have been through things, or for Greg and all these other people that's been killed or shot or like been through things with the police, with the law. Even the people in the penitentiary, we don't speak on that. It's just like she just had no empathy. So it really kind of shows like you don't really care, or you don't really care to know. She said, I have license and registration.
Right.
If y'all saw the video, she said she mentioned that I have license and registration. Not everybody living your lifestyle, Miss Lady.
Yeah.
We all, not everybody's on that. And I feel like if she's gonna be the baddest bee, she should have some type of understanding or some type of empathy for her community, because Florida is pretty bad too. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I'm not really rocking with you. Get her up out of here. And not only that, Trick Daddy tried to save her.
Don't save her. She don't want to be saved.
Tried to save her, bro. He tried to be like, nah, it's not really like that.
Yeah.
But no, she insisted. Like, so she really feel like that, which is okay, because everybody has the right to their own opinion.
Right.
But get her up out of here. She gotta go.
CR, how you feel about it?
If I'm not mistaken, didn't she say something on the fact that some of these protesters are acting like animals or something like that?
Yeah.
Animals.
Right. So again, going back to what you said, she's from Florida. I know she's dealt with racism. Matter of fact, I think she was on video where this white lady was cussing her out or something like that in a store or something like that. So she's a coon. That's all I'm gonna say. She's just a regular coon. You come down south, you've seen racism. She's like 40 some years old. So I know she's seen some shit. So, but did she say anything about them niggas in Michigan going to the building with the guns? I mean, were they okay people? Were they good people? Were they not? When they protested, I mean, and I'm not saying okay, I'm not even apologizing for this shit, but I understand people always want to talk about, well, the people are looting. Well, I don't give a fuck about that, because if it wouldn't happen if a nigga wouldn't got killed like this, right? So people always
not just one.
Huh?
Not just one.
Right,
not just
exactly.
one.
Exactly.
This been going on. Trayvon.
Yeah.
This is for Trayvon too.
Right.
Is this not for Big Floyd?
Shoot, Emmett Till. Should go back further than that.
400 years, nigga.
100 years. So it's like, don't look at the negative shit. When you try to look at the negative shit right there, right now, you're pretty much going against the movement. You're cooning right now. So with her, she's just a coon. She'll apologize soon enough. So whatever.
Q.
on the fact that she'll apologize, she can miss me with her apologies. I think that honestly, when it comes to, and I'm gonna say Black women as a whole, there's a certain stratification, right? So you have the women that's considered on the top side of it, like the cool chick that made those comments. She's in Washington D.C. I forgot her name.
Candace
She
Owens.
made. I'm sorry, what's her name?
Candace Owens.
Yes, her. Candace Owens. So she's like the educated Black woman, right?
Right.
Okay. So she's a Klondike bar. But then you go down the stratification to somebody who's in the demographics of Latrina.
Wait, Q. We're not gonna slide over what you said. You said she's a Klondike bar?
I mean,
God damn. All right, that's
I like Klondike bar.
Klondike bar, me too.
okay,
what the fuck did you do for a Klondike bar?
She doing a hell of a lot of sucking white dick because that's what she had. Right?
Yeah.
So then you come down to stratification to, I would say, your hood rat. That's where Trina is. But
Right.
within all of these stratifications of Black women, and we're just talking about them right now, they all have this vitriol.
Breaking up, bro. Breaking up.
Sound like he and
Man,
Louis.
let's go with it, dude. White supremacists, they got him, man.
Yeah, white supremacists got Q, man. They got Q. They got him.
Damn.
So we gonna
whether it's
leave him alone, man.
ignorant statements.
Nah, he back.
These people are actually like don't blackface. Trina's in blackface.
Yeah.
No, I'm just saying, let's not be mad at Jimmy Fallon because we have people that's in our community that literally are blackface. Trina's in blackface. She's a white person who has black skin. Candace Owens, white person with black skin. So
Right,
they're acting as if they're making statements that appease the white counterpart, which is just ignorant.
Ah, damn.
Change somebody else's mind.
I knew the revolution was gonna be televised. They trying to stop it. It's gonna be televised.
Well, the revolution cannot be. Well, Gilside Harris said it can't be televised because the only way it's going to change is to change your mind. You can't change.
Damn.
Ah! Hey,
Even convince her to stop going to buy weed and Remy weaves when the Chinese dude just sucked out the chick in the store. That happened a couple of last year where the Chinese dude beat up the chick and then all they did was just say half off on all the weaves and all them bitches was in line around the corner.
Right.
Come on, man. You can't change no hood rat mind, and that's what Trina is.
This is
man, you
she got a little money.
Knowledge.
Right.
She got a little money, and now she a top of the line hood rat. She just ain't the basic hood rat no more.
So she stepped up the stratification. So she went from a basic hood rat
she
to a money out of hood rat.
There you go.
That's right.
Yeah, there you go. You got that right, bro. But honestly though, hey, but for real, she don't even deserve this much time. I think that she personally going through something though, because ever since her mom died, like if you been following them and if you listen to their radio station and all that, she kind of been off the deep end. So she's kind of a lost hood rat with money.
So speaking of not giving people much time, I wanted to kind of ask y'all about this nigga, but I'm just gonna I'm gonna answer for all three of y'all. Fuck Rush Limbaugh, because he was on the Breakfast Club talking that bullshit, and he's a white supremacist. Fuck Rush Limbaugh. We just gonna move that right along. So
he's still alive?
I don't know. He's right now.
So
he's a
keeping it right along,
cowboy.
Keeping it right along though, I'm gonna give some of these police departments the same energy that they're giving us right now. So I want to shout out, not really shout out, but say kind of fuck them. Minneapolis PD for the obvious of what they did to George Floyd. But also, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to my boy SG that sent me a little link. They riding through protests and spraying pepper spray at niggas that's protesting right now out of their fucking car.
Yeah.
So fuck Minneapolis PD on GP on that, because that's some bullshit. Okay. Fuck Boston PD for dropping them bricks off at the fucking protest. Okay. Fuck LAPD for shooting rubber bullets at the fucking homeless on Skid Row, who ain't doing shit but fucking down there minding their own fucking business. That's some bullshit. And honestly, fuck LA County Sheriff. I'm gonna let SG talk about LA County Sheriff. You had a story about it, right, SG? But
Oh yeah, it was a video showing that a black man, basic shit, but happy hour every Tuesday. This happens. So black man, he's suspicious of something. They pull him over or whatever, and they go hands on, and the black man is not resisting or nothing. He lay out on the ground. He telling them like, "Look, I'm laying on the ground for you. I'm not resisting or nothing." They run up, rat pack him, put their knee on his neck, while the other officer was just kneeing him in the chest. I don't believe it's right, but that's the story that's nobody really talking about. It's kind of like underlined because it's like happy hour. It happens every Tuesday, Taco Tuesday, so whatever.
Happy hour.
also,
It's
while we on
happy
the
hour,
topic,
so it's like
fuck each and every last person that's doing
that
this
shit, dude.
hashtag George Floyd challenge.
It sucks.
If you taking a part of a fucking hashtag
That
George
too.
Floyd challenge, fuck you in your ass, just point blank.
Dry,
Because that's some
though.
bullshit. Why? Why would you go on social media, on your TikTok or anything, and fucking lay down and let somebody put their fucking knee on your neck and take a fucking picture of it? So all them fucking construction officers and all that shit that I sent you, TR, fuck all them.
Hold on.
That's some bullshit.
But it's funny that you said TikTok. You might say fuck TikTok too.
Oh yeah,
I do. That was next on my list. Fuck TikTok.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
But go ahead. No, go ahead. Take it.
Because they were taking down when people would do the hashtag Black Lives Matter and stuff like that, they were getting rid of the videos. But all that racist shit, they kept it. So and I think they ran by like a Chinese company or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Or something like that.
Yeah. It came from China.
Yeah. So
right. I think it came from China.
China's just white supremacists with slanted eyes. So.
Right. Yes.
Oh, yes. And speaking of China, fuck China too, because I don't know if y'all heard, but they're banning African Americans or black people right now.
Yeah.
Banning them out of the fucking country.
Yeah, they kicked them out their hotel. They banned them, like they wouldn't let them come to McDonald's or something like that. And they come over here and they saw that shit. I'm just like, all right, nigga.
So keeping it moving. Q, you can kind of attest. You can kind of attest to this, Q.
But then the same thing.
Go ahead. My bad. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. I was just saying that it's funny that they're kicking blacks out of China, but those same Chinese are buying up Africa by the drone.
Yes.
They're over there
investing
in infrastructure. They basically, one white supremacist left because, in South Africa, they're kind of kicking whites out. But then they just let another yellow man, well, we can say a white supremacist with slanted eyes, come in and put money into the infrastructure, talking about we're building roads and schools and stuff. No, they're doing the same thing.
Yeah.
So you traded Britain's colonization for Chinese colonization. But then you're going to have the nerve and what the hell are we talking about?
Right.
Well, Africa got to wake up, man, start holding their own nuts.
Right.
So, moving right along, and Q, you can kind of attest to this because you know just as well as I know the racism that is in Glendora. Tough.
Yes.
But I was watching a video on IG where there was a protest in the city of Glendora, and the residents of Glendora, basically, not all the residents, but most of them, decided to have a White Lives Matter protest to kind of combat the Black Lives Matter. Before I pass it around, my main thing is this. White lives matter, all lives matter, all the shit that I hear, I don't stand for it. Because white lives and all lives can't matter until black lives do. We ain't talking about y'all right now. This ain't y'all fucking time. And for y'all to sit up here and say hashtag all lives matter, then that means us too. So if you're gonna say all lives matter, then what the fuck about us? What's going on with us? Right now is our fucking time. It's time for us to get justice for the shit that we got going on. So white lives matter, all lives matter. You can miss me with that shit. This shit is our fucking movement, and we need to keep our fucking foot on they fucking neck. You know what I'm saying? In my opinion. But let's pass it around. TR, how you feel about what I just said?
It's one of those things. I'm not surprised. It's Glendora. Honestly, I can care less, And the whole all lives matter thing, you can't really argue with people on that shit because it's this guy I listen to, what's his name? Joe Madison. He's on Sirius Radio. He says the difference between ignorance and conscientious stupidity. Ignorance is when you don't know, and conscientious stupidity is when you know something, what it is, but you continue to go against it anyway. So it's just conscientious stupidity. So I can care less. We know all lives matter, of course, but right now, Black lives are affected, and you know that too, but you're just trying to combat it because you don't give a fuck. So instead of saying, being a man, say, I don't give a fuck about Black lives, I'm going to say all lives matter. I'd rather you just say that. So
before I pass it to the next person, I look at it like this. That's like me being stranded on the side of the road asking you for help. And I'm like, help, help, help. And you pull up and say, well, what about me? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's basically what you're saying. Like, fuck what you going through. What about me? Like, put the attention on me. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, the attention should be on the injustice that's going on right now.
But you got like I said, though, a lot of those people who say that shit don't care. That's their way of saying I don't care. Instead of being man enough or woman enough to say, I really don't really care. Well, all lives matter. Okay, that's not really a thing, but you're just doing it just to be combative, and that's all it is. I don't pay no minds. I don't invest in it because it's just it's nonsense. So that's whatever.
Q, hopefully the FBI won't hold you down with your response because they've been hacking into your Zoom call.
Yeah.
What you got to say about that, man?
I'm running choppy. Well, only thing I can say about it is this. When you have a group of people that are literally trying to waste your time, one thing I consider, like I tell my kids this, when I go to work, that's my life hours. I'm spending my life to get a piece of paper to pay for whatever I got to pay for y'all. So don't waste my life hours, okay? So what we do when we have people who will just throw out some white lives matter, like we over here grinding, and it's like, white lives matter. What? Now we waste the white life hours dealing with that. Right. And my sister has a podcast. I'm going to drop her little joint in there. It's called Dipped in Chocolate. She just now started. And she had me on. And I told her after our conversation, I was like, you know what? That's the problem with the Black community. We got ADHD. Yeah. Our whole community have ADHD. Soon as something happens, whether it's love hip hop, whether it's a girl with some big ass, whether it's rims, whether it's money, whatever the case may be, it's like, okay, and then we just turn our direction. Yeah. We're not goal orientated as a group of people. And that's the problem. Until we say, all right, this is the problem, let's solve this problem, and just stay focused on that, we're never going to go where we need to go.
David Banner.
SG, my little big brother. What you feel about it?
Little big. All lives matter. All lives matter. It's just not the time for y'all to be doing that. And I honestly feel like you got, like, not you guys, but that group of people are actually bringing problems. And I believe that they're bringing problems because they're dealing with people that's hurt. They're dealing with protesters that's hurt. They're emotional. And you coming out there and you standing there and saying, "Oh, all lives matter." Yeah, the protester or whoever else it is, they might feel like all lives matter, but like you said, Lex, this ain't the time for it. Yeah, this ain't the time for it. And it's honestly kind of like what TR was saying. It's like I don't know how to put that shit, but it ain't the time for the shit, man. It ain't the time for it. It ain't. David Banner said though, it's on us. Like, we can't focus on that, man. We gotta stay focused on one thing. We got ADHD, so we gotta be focused on this, block them out, and get this job done. Period.
And you know what? It kind of breaks. What?
I was just gonna say, if we were to look someone in their face, right? Let's say a pale-faced person comes to you and they say, "All lives matter." If you can look them directly in their eyes and say, "You know what? Until my life matters, nobody's life matters." Yeah. Right. And then stand on that. Like, if my life ain't gonna matter, then guess what? Off with everybody. Yeah. Everybody kill it. Because if y'all gonna kill us with just immunity, like we can just kill a nigga here, kill a nigga there. Okay, cool. That's how we playing. All right, that's how it is across the board. Right. Nobody's willing to go that far. Right. Yeah. I'm not gonna say I'm willing to go that far because when you got a whole household that you have to hold down, you got so much to lose. It's hard for you to be willing to just jump out there on the front line and be like, I'm ready to bust and do everything else to get it going. But then when you see young people that's out here that's willing to do whatever, then let's support our younger brothers and say, man, hey, I'm a little older, but you got the legs to get it done. So, hey, take that baton. And like Nip said, the marathon continues.
Right. So
I agree with that too, man. I really do. And the ones that's like from the streets and all that, man, you know, like you're supposed to be handling business, bro. At the end of the day, we all supposed to be one. So what you tripping off of don't really mean nothing. Right now, we got a mission, and we have not been completing our missions. Our mission has been falling. I'm more on the side that's where like I got too much to lose, and I'm blessed. So I want to keep that way. But I agree with you, bro. Like somebody should be standing up and saying that. But then when we stand up and say that and we knock their ass out, like what happened in Huntington Beach. You feel me? Like what happened in Huntington Beach? What happened in Huntington Beach? He got his ass knocked out and it make us look bad.
Yeah.
It's like it's a lose-lose with us. For real though.
Like, you don't.
Well, you gotta be ready.
Yeah, it's like, man.
You gotta be ready, man.
So bringing it back all full circle and kind of saying what David Banner said, because everything that I said as far as my angry man corner and things that pissing me off is honestly all distractions from the main thing. So let's get back. Let's make the main thing, which is Black Lives Matter movement and the injustice that was done to our brother George Floyd. So talking about George Floyd, bringing it back all full circle, the media honestly just announced something that really pissed me the fuck off. And they basically said that George Floyd had coronavirus. and honestly, y'all laughing, but that shit made me mad. I'm gonna be honest with you. It made me mad because I don't give a fuck if the nigga had a flesh-eating virus. You don't fucking lynch that nigga like that. I don't give a fuck what the fuck he had. You know what I'm saying? So y'all trying to say because he had coronavirus, y'all treat that nigga like that? That's some bullshit.
That was excuse, bro.
Yeah. And I'm glad you're hearing everybody's perspective because I know you are very mad, passionate, and like we're on, like you guys are going back to saying, like, you have to look past that shit, man. You know what it is. Stay focused on the thing. The media's gonna do what they're gonna do. They're gonna twist and turn, like this whole corona bullshit, whatever. Their job is to infuriate, to stir the pot, and they do. And you take the bait. That's on you. You can't take the bait. You got to stay focused. You know what I mean? The finish line, but don't stop for a Slurpee on the way. You know what I mean? Like, that's what they're supposed to do. I'm like, that's what happened. Okay, cool. He died from that. Okay, cool. We know better. We know the real is gonna happen. So that's fine. Keep up with that shit. They said he had something else too. It may have been a heart attack too. So it's just, but it's like I don't care what you're saying because I know that's not the real. They got the independent autopsy, and they're gonna.
That's what I was about to say.
Yeah. And niggas they gonna fight this shit. So I'm not worried about it. I didn't give a fuck what they say. Honestly, it don't bother me one bit.
They gonna lose, bro. I hope they do. They might not though. You never know.
Nah, I think they will because they see how people turn out for this shit. And that's one thing I'm very surprised seeing all the people that turn out, especially white people that turned out for this shit. Because if they lose, nigga, business is gonna be fucked up. They gonna burn this bitch down.
So
yeah, I agree.
Can I ask you guys a question?
Yeah, go ahead.
What's up?
Is it too far-fetched? Because deep down inside, I'm a conspiracy theorist. But is it too far-fetched to think that this whole entire election year of 2020 was employed to kind of put this country in such a bad state to where we're not really paying attention to what these politicians are doing? Because first, we were all mourning Kobe Bryant's death.
Oh, man.
No!
Come on, bro.
Stop. Hold on.
Proof about this
Stop.
No, rewind what you said.
Say that again.
Yeah, you got to say that over. You got to run that back, bro.
Oh, okay. Are we talking about the coronavirus? I'm sorry. Which part did I leave
everything
off?
that you just said, because it's breaking up for you. But I want people to hear this.
All right. So just looking at
election
this
and
2020 election year, right?
Mm-hmm.
We have Kobe Bryant passing, rest in peace. We're mourning that, right? Then out of nowhere, we get in the coronavirus quarantine, which does not have any valid numbers because we can't trust the doctors just like we couldn't trust them in the Tuskegee experiment, right?
Right.
So now we got cats is beating their wives up, right, in the house. Like, everybody mad.
Right.
We got all this pent up energy. Now we got multiple camera footages of a black man being murdered by a police officer, like in broad daylight, with witnesses sitting there. And then when the EMTs come to pick them up, I've never seen an EMT in my entire life
fucking
as a
handcuffs and a
bulletproof
gun.
vest. So what I'm saying is this: was this whole thing situated to where the world will get torn down, to where when we look at Trump, when we look at Biden, when we look at all of these politicians, to where now they're going to be passing some under the table bills, taking more of your freedoms away. So all of you niggas think you about to be vacationing and all of this great stuff in America, America's not going to be the same place. And that's what they're trying to do. But we're so caught up into hashtag George Floyd, hashtag BLM, hashtag White Lives Matter, hashtag this, hashtag that. But guess what? What's the left hand doing? We too busy focused on this right hand. I'm sorry, but I feel like when we wake up out of this quarantine and out of the riots and out of the looting and out of the protesting, we gonna look around and be like, what the fuck just happened?
Right.
All right.
Sorry.
Nah, yeah.
Nah, you preaching tonight, brother Q. You preaching tonight. You know what I'm saying?
I will pass a collection plate around. You know what I mean?
Go on, get on that side. Go on, get on that side.
I think it's all a setup.
So
Yeah,
keeping it moving.
I wouldn't be shocked.
Keeping it moving, and honestly, what Q said, I want to ask y'all, what the fuck happened to the coronavirus?
Hey, you heard Charlemagne, right?
Is it?
Y'all heard Charlemagne?
What he said?
Hey, he said, hey, what happened to that Rona?
They trying to talk about it. They're trying to make it seem like it's going to be a second wave because of the protests. And they're like, oh, the protests happened. Now it's going to be a for sure second wave and blah, blah, blah. Now it's just to keep y'all niggas in your house a little bit longer while they roll out Nickel G in all of the schools and all over the place. Because they, conspiracy theorists think that it's Nickel G. That's causing a lot of illness. And it could be anything. I don't know. I'm not going to have this above my pay grade. That's what I keep saying.
Right.
I think it's bullshit.
Yeah, nigga, because we work at the same place. It's definitely above our pay grade.
I think it's bullshit.
My pay grade so low, man.
my pay grade so low, nigga. I need food stamps, nigga.
I was just in the store today, like, man, I need some lick.
Nigga, I'm in the county building with some niggas.
Man. Some egg and milk.
Niggas want regular Cheerios, not honey.
Yeah, I'll take some regular Cheerios and some milk.
Or some corn flakes.
Not frosted flakes, I'm sorry, corn flakes.
Corn flakes. And a Dr. Pepper.
Better put some water in that shit.
So getting back on topic, y'all, I got some serious questions for y'all that we're going to end it on because I appreciate the conversation. We have some real deep conversation. It's all dope and it's all love, but is it possible for Black people to ever get justice for the wrongdoings of the police and whites?
No.
And what would that look like?
It's like
So,
gangbanging. It's
gonna
too
start
much
with
blood
brother.
that's been shed.
We're going to start with my brother from another mother, T.R.
No. And I'm going to simply say we're going to always be in this rat race forever. This country was built on the back of Blacks. It was built on white supremacy. It was built on slavery. And there's nothing, in order for this shit to change, you would have to, the whole world have to blow up. Like, or maybe you have to blow America
Burn down the Carter, nigga.
Right. Because Cat Williams made a joke, man, like, white supremacy, if you look in the book of all the presidents, it's white. Like, it's all around us. It's ingrained. It was given to us. And my thing with white supremacy, too, is I think of white supremacy as an octopus, right? Octopus has all these tentacles. You have your education, racism in education. You got racism in environmental racism. You have judicial racism.
Redlining.
Redlining, yeah. So they won't give you loans because you only live in certain areas or whatever. So it's in all different factions. So until we cut the head off the octopus, nigga, no, we're never going to see justice. We're always going to be in a rat race. We're going to get a lot of how can I say it? A lot of what do you call it? Awards when you get an award, but it's not really what I'm trying to say,
like a participation award,
like something like that, like oh you tried type award, like a pat on the back type shit. We'll never get what we need. I mean, unless they blow this bitch up.
SG,
nah.
since Q getting hacked by the Russians, SG, what you got?
By the Russians. Man, I agree with TR, bro. I agree. It's too much blood that been shed, bro. This shit goes back to where it's so deep, bro, that we don't even got no clue. We just basically right here, man.
Right.
I just wish I could be a fly on the wall. Because we are so far asleep. We are so asleep, bro. To these people, they got us so far beat. It will never be like this. Yeah, we doing this now, and we might get a little bit of something, but they're going to give us that, and it's going to go right back to the same thing, bro. And I really believe this, dog. We got to start changing ourselves. We got to start changing the ways that we stand and the way we going to walk. You know what I'm saying? We got to change. We got to start changing us. That's the only way. And we got to stop being so naive and ignorant as a group. Right. You know what I'm saying? We got to stop being naive. We got to stop being so ignorant, bro. We need to educate ourselves. I don't blame them for that. Yeah, they dummy us down. They only give us this much, but it's on us to get it. We got to go get it, bro. That's the only way anything is ever going to happen. We can't make something happen off of a death. Rest in peace to all the black men, all the Mexican men, all the men, women, black women, everybody that has died to something like this. But it ain't going to change, bro. This shit going to still be the same.
Q, hopefully you ain't getting hacked right now, because we definitely want to hear what you're saying, Brother Q. What you got to say on the topic?
Well, as far as us getting justice, I want to shout out to people like Real Nagas. They have a YouTube channel. Dave Calloway has a YouTube channel. These people are putting it out there. And if from all the information that I'm coming across, the only way we're going to get justice is to first find our true identity, right? Because black doesn't exist, nor does African American. I'm not African American. I'm just telling people that straight off. I'm not African American. None of my people is from Africa. Going back over.
I'm Long Beach American though, bro.
My family doesn't go back to Africa. Yeah, you can be that. I could be an
Angelino.
Straight out of LA. You know what I mean? But I'm not.
Right home.
Grew up in the jungles. So, with that being said, I gotta say that we have to get our identity, and then as a people, once we know who we are, then we can actually demand justice. But until we have an actual identity, how can you demand justice? Because you go into any courtroom, black doesn't exist, African American, you're African American, you have no rights or titles in this landmass because you're African first and American second. So with that being said, man, justice cannot happen for us. Not currently, not the way it is right now. So we have to really come together. And as far as me personally believing that we can come together, I always say it like this. Let's just say us four right here. We want to go to the club. We're going to have SG, he going to be late. You know what I mean? He going to be late. And then TR, you know, he might want to go to a club that costs too much for me. You know what I mean? Because he want to go to a high-end club. And I'm like, oh, nigga, I only got $20. Like, I want to go to this one. So now, all of us trying to go different ways, different late. By the time we actually get to the club, nigga, the club closed. And that's what's going to happen to black Americans, right? For lack of a better term to refer to us. But that's what's going to happen to us. By the time we actually get all our buckets in order, we didn't marched on Selma for the 55th time, and we got it together. They be like, man, you know what? The United States, the way it was, it ain't that no more. It's new. So you got a problem with the old United States. This is the new United States. So we can't pay out for them because they no longer exist. And that's what's going to happen. Mark my words.
So
Throw the whole world away.
So a lot of people right now are upset with Trump. I mean, giving him his just dues. But my question is, do you think that not only is Trump fucking up America in a way, but did Obama kind of fuck the black people up in America in a way? And the reason why I say that is because, and I kind of asked you this the other day, Q. I feel sometimes, and tell me if I'm wrong. If I'm wrong, call me out on it, brother. But as African Americans, or whatever we want to call ourselves, we'll take away the African American title, like you said. But did we kind of take our foot off of certain things because Obama was in the office and we were like, oh, he'll take care of it. We got our nigga in there. We good. He got us. And we stopped focusing on certain things that we probably should have kept our focus on.
Well, we was.
I'm gonna pass that to you.
Like I said,
Focus at first.
We got ADHD. We got ADHD. So by having Obama in the office, it took any kind of attention we did have on problems and issues. That was already going to happen. As soon as we seen a black face, and Obama is not an indigenous American. He's not indigenous. He's not a foundational black American. Foundational. You know, his ties is to
He ain't no real nigga.
He is an African American. If you want to, that's exactly what he is, an African American. So he's not a foundational black or indigenous African. Indigenous American, right? So therefore, we took all the wind in our sails got taken out by just seeing him. He represented something that we thought we'd never see. And when he got in there, he didn't do nothing but help out his people. Kevin Durant, Kanye. Shall I say more? Should I keep dropping names?
What you mean?
That's who he was helping.
What you mean on that for the people that don't know?
Don't say too more because they're gonna cut you off.
Hurry for they
what you mean by that? Go ahead, drop knowledge on that for people that want to know.
Well, basically, he helped all the people who have rainbow flags and rainbow bumper stickers. That's the only people he helped while he was in office. And if you want to go back and look at any policy that he did it for them. Yeah. And also minority and minorities that excluded. Like, we got the trickle down effect. Like, if he did something for minorities, it's like how shit rolled down the hill. That's how we benefited. Like, we only benefited. It wasn't directly to us. It was like, oh, well, I did this. I gave you Obamacare. Right. Then the shit rolled down the hill to us. Like, I gave you this. But it didn't, not us. It just rolled down the hill to us.
Because he a program, it was called the Minority something. And it was something where it helped all minorities, but the minorities could have been a gay white man.
Yeah, that's a minority.
Yeah, it could have been a gay white man. It wasn't specifically for black. It was minority. So yeah.
It was the LBG, LBC,
the whole alphabet.
Z, Y, and X. That group, right?
Yeah.
Allegedly.
So since everybody got their opinion on that, we kind of went around on that one. My question to y'all is, if y'all saying that there's no hope for us to get justice, then what the fuck are we doing this for then?
So what?
My question to you is, are we really doing it? Because how many pale faces do you see out there marching and busting windows and setting stuff on fire? I mean, my mother hit me with a cold truth. She was like, this can be an insurance scam. And I was like, you're right. Quarantine happened. All of these people busting up. When have you ever seen Gucci get busted into? I wait. And Gucci ain't made money for 3 months. Mac store got busted into. None of this stuff. All of a sudden, ain't no police around these high-end areas where we have seen. None of these people have been making money for several months now, right? They haven't been making no money. So it's like, well, all right, we go, this is a perfect opportunity. In the name, hashtag George Floyd. Hey, I need you and you, go bust these windows, steal everything, bring the truck to the spot. Because I still want my products and I'm going to shoot you some money for it. And burn that sucker down, I'll get my insurance company. Because I don't want to wait on this stimulus check from the government on these little side loans that they're giving the small business. So if I have
Damn,
a small Jordan shop in downtown LA, whatever shop those are, I mean, Holy Grail, and all those other spots. But yeah, all of these stores that have all of these Jordans that got broken into, there was no Jordans in there in the first place. Come on, man. Like, let's wake up.
Yep. So are you saying they use Big Floyd? This
No,
just a
hold
question.
on, Best G. You need to let that simmer for a little bit. That shit fucked.
That was deep.
That shit fucked me up.
And you know they all business.
Damn,
men.
Q.
Right.
I mean, my nigga.
I have a degree in business management, so I mean, I figure like, hey, you know, business being business, like that's a strong business move. I'm not saying I would do it. I'm just saying it's smart.
So you saying that they use Big Floyd for scapegoat?
A window. Yeah.
A window.
Yeah.
Scapegoat.
Yes,
Yeah.
a window. Yeah. We gonna get in this window. We gonna burn it down and set it all up, and I'm gonna get my check. Because just think about it. The government is giving out a loan that they have to pay back. The insurance is gonna write a check that I cash. Which one you want?
The check.
Exactly.
Yeah,
So go ahead and burn my store down.
I see you up there. I see you up there at the top, grinning, bro. What you got to say?
I mean, I literally think he is just.
Come here.
I don't know. Honestly, I mean, shit. That right there makes so much sense, and it's like, you know what? I truly believe this.
Is that why is majority like a different colored people out there?
Because I was asking, I was like, damn, am I in the Twilight Zone where I see so many white people out there protesting? And I'm like, man, y'all care about this much? Where y'all been for the last 400 years?
They ain't been nowhere.
Where y'all having this in like when the boycott, and they had to boycott the bus line and shit, like, and civil rights but in 2020, we Black Lives.
I'm sitting over here thinking that the generation is changing because most of the white people I'm seeing are like younger. So I'm thinking, okay, maybe it's a generational thing. Like the younger white people are starting to realize like this shit is fucked up. But what you're saying and putting two and two together, Q, that shit makes perfect sense because I was just looking at the Apple store that got cracked into, and Apple was like, we ain't worried about it. We got trackers on all them phones. We ain't worried about it. Break that shit.
And them phones are on demo mode, so they don't even work. They're like expensive paperweights. But that stock market has been looking great.
Hasn't it been looking lovely?
I mean, I'm not complaining. I'm not complaining.
The homies done made it.
I didn't come up in a real way. So
hey, I don't care. I know this is a serious. Episode. It is serious, but we told y'all 2 or 3 episodes ago, didn't we, TR, to get your stock game up? And I just before we got on the episode, I told TR my stock game is looking lovely right now, looking mad lovely right now.
Put your camera down because you can't already see your face. You can't. Better.
So get your stock game up. I mean, it might not be too late, but I'm just saying.
But going back to what I said is like, damn.
I mean, there's always ebbs and flows when it comes to the stock. So I mean, right now it's high. It's gonna dip a little bit again.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's just double dutch. You know what I mean? Like you gotta just when you get that time, boom, and then just start going with it. You know what I mean?
Right. But it's funny that you say that. The market's looking good. Everything's looking good. You really hardly don't hear Corona too much because Corona went on vacation. So it's like it's really making you think about this shit. Like,
but y'all, let's keep that. Let's keep that same energy because 90% of people that benefit from the stock market are what?
Yeah.
Huh. You tell me.
Not us.
Sure the hell ain't me.
Not us. So let's keep it 100.
Real
so we just said the stock market is looking lovely. Everybody doing this shit. We just said niggas is being crooked doing insurance shit. We just said all this shit. But really, at the end of the day, from all this shit that's going on, and we so focused, like you said, on hashtag George Floyd, and niggas like me, and I'll take first blame, being hostile, getting my blood pressure all up, getting mad. But at the end of the day, what's really going on is the shit behind the scenes, and niggas is making money.
There's always money to be made. Right. It's always money to be made.
Like the old crime show always say, follow the rich white man. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I think that the way we can also start making progress as a people is to stop making money your God. You know what I mean? Because, you know, people go to church all the time. I'm reformed, so I don't really participate in that anymore. But
You reformed?
people go, yeah, I'm reformed. I'm kind of woken
Me
up.
too,
I'm seeing
Jack.
light. You know what I mean? So when you go to church, and I'm not shooting on nobody who go to church, but I'm just saying, like, they have offering, they have a benevolent offering, they have time.
Building fund offering.
Building fund. They got a lot of stuff
Anniversary.
that's talking about money.
Pastor's
Right? They have a lot of money stuff going on in church.
Pastor need a new shoe offering.
And they don't pay
so-
church don't pay no
Because
taxes.
No
why?
taxes. You know why they don't
Because-
pay taxes?
Tax.
Yeah, go ahead and tell them why they don't pay taxes. I know why.
What? Drop knowledge.
Because it's a religious.
I don't.
They don't charge religious institutions, right?
They don't charge religious institutions, but they also use them to keep you black people docile, steadily praying to somebody in the heavens to change your reality when the only person gonna change your reality is you. So get off of that bullshit.
Man.
So if they keeping you, that's just another
We gonna
way
drop
to
the mic on now and
keep you under their thumb. Like basically churches are doing to the black community what the cops did to George Floyd.
Yeah.
Yep, and this government and this world that we living in is doing the same exact thing, but we go under a black
Q.
church and they do it to us.
Right.
Q,
Not knowing.
Q, you've always been very knowledgeable, and that's why I love you, bro. But one thing you told me when I first started getting to know you about just our history as black men, and you told me the first thing that they gave us when we were slaves was what?
The Bible.
The Bible.
The Bible.
The Bible. And it's funny because I tell people about this all the time. But those who watch The Walking Dead, they know a character named Morgan. There's a scene in that actually breaks down what happened to black people. He got held captive by a white man in this cage. And then he gave him a book and told him read it. Because Morgan was an angry black man. So then by the time he read the book, he became more docile, he became more calm. The white man told him, okay, you can come out. He was like, you're not going to unlock the gate? He was like, the gate was never locked. And that's exactly the same trick they pulled on a whole group of people. And that's why I said, also, you read this book, but like at the end of the day, that's another man wrote that. And it's somebody that don't look like you that wrote it.
Right. And people follow that. And the reason since we're on the topic, fuck it, I'm just gonna say it. And the reason why I don't mess with religion no more too, because there's scriptures in the Bible that actually encourage slavery.
Yeah.
It's one verse in there. I have many of them, but one in particular says, obey your worldly masters as you would do God. And I'm thinking, how do you go to church and read a Bible that says that? How could you even, you know what I mean? And nobody really can answer that, but just to think that right there is ingrained, is right there in your face, but you choose not to look past it. It's beyond me. But again, if you want people to go to church, that's on them. I mean, that's you do what you do, but just I get what you're saying totally. Like,
I mean, even the Bible, I tell people all the time, like, listen, if you don't believe in the Bible, why don't you actually do what the Bible is telling you to do?
Right.
It says in the Bible, my people perish because their lack of what? Knowledge. How the hell are you going to seek knowledge if you don't read? And that's one thing we don't do as people. So we ain't seeking no damn knowledge. So we don't know how stocks work. We don't know how bonds work. We don't know how investments work. We don't know how real estate works. So if we ain't buying houses, buying cars, or doing things that would elevate us as a people, because we too busy, like I said, once again with the ADHD shit, now how the hell you won't ever get justice?
Facts.
You're not.
Right.
Facts.
And it's funny that you say that because it's like people say, we gotta work on ourselves. Black people gotta stop killing black people, black on black crime, which I hate that shit. But it's like they don't never want to talk about that portion of it. Like work on yourself is take the chains off your brain from mental slavery, from the church. Like that's one big thing people want to say. They say, no, you need to pull your pants up, stop sagging, and be presentable and not say this and act better, you know what I mean? Then we can get somewhere. No, you take them chains off this, but people don't want to talk about that. But I'm glad you brought that up.
But you know what? But like I said, me and Q, we talk about this all the time. We've been talking about it for a minute. And it's like, growing up, that's all we knew. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Your parents take you right to the church. Like as soon as you take you right to the church, get baptized, get this, get that, get that. But as you get older and you start opening your eyes, you start to see like, hold up, like, and like Q always says, he was like, I took the Bible and I held it to the fire. You know what I'm saying? And I came back and I didn't really like what I saw. You know what I'm saying? When I held it to that fire. And sometimes you got to do that, man. You gotta test it. You know what I'm saying? To see what's really going
Well,
on.
like I agree. I totally agree, bro. It's all a setup, and like you said, you got to unleash these chains, and even with schooling, like you said, knowledge, man. Even with schooling, and you go through these schools, they make you get vaccinated. They make you do this. They make these kids do that. It's all exactly what you were saying, bro. It's all the same thing. We so sleep, like I said.
Yeah.
Same thing with the stocks. I mean, we talked about it all the time.
Takes
Like
us to change it.
Yeah, like same thing with the stocks. I mean, me and TR are always talking about stocks, and we go back and forth. And I'll go to talk to somebody else about stocks, another dude, and they like, man, I don't want to hear about that. Why not?
Yeah.
Like,
Well, I mean, the reason why they probably don't want to hear about it is because they don't understand that what like Pastor Ray Hagels, who's like they understand that what they know is about can fit inside a circle, and that they need to know that they need to know things outside of that circle.
Mm-hmm.
So people are not willing to step outside the circle to understand that there's other things. I mean, how many people you from Long Beach? I'm from LA. I know people who've never been to the beach, bro. How the hell you ain't never been to the water? I went to Santa Monica College out of high school. I was just chilling at the beach all the time. When I first had my first son, man, after class I pick him up and go to the beach because you gotta get outside your comfort zone.
Yeah. And
black people, as in general, for lack of better terms, they don't want to step out that comfort zone.
We're afraid to.
Exactly.
Like niggas getting out the hood.
Because we've been beat down so much, we afraid to do anything.
Right.
Yep. It's like a kid. If you abuse a kid, the kid is gonna be afraid to go in that kitchen or touch that that hot stove. I agree. I totally agree.
Or go and kill Zimmerman like that. They should have did.
They should have. But why is this man still walking?
That's what I'm saying. Like,
they only concerned about
too scared to do it.
Rappers rapping, saying they got money on his head and he ain't gone.
That's why your boy from Long Beach, man, I be looking at him like, man, you must be really a studio gangster. And we talked about him before. I'm gonna say it. I mean, just seeing that, like, we ain't get into that right now. But
say his name.
Look at my face.
Snoop.
Oh, okay. I just want to make sure because there's a couple of cats from the LBC that. Okay, so Snoop, he a studio gangster. Like you said?
Just seeing how you talk about the George Zimmerman thing and stuff like that, and all these gangsters, these hard niggas or whatever, but they concerned with a nigga that got rainbow hair and who he telling on. Who cares? Like Nipsey said, we talked about it before. Put him on Goofy Time and let that nigga do what he do. Why are you worried about that shit? But that kind of shows me your mentality, like it's CB4 nigga.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like when Chris Rock did that movie, it was whatever. But
he said
see, Snoop ain't getting no pass for that. He shouldn't even condone that because you're supposed to be an OG, right? You're supposed to be somebody I look up to. You're supposed to be somebody. You're supposed to be Uncle Snoop. Like you're supposed to be that man. So the fact that you condone that, you're dumbing me down. If I was stupid enough to follow you, but I'm not. So I mean,
can we just say the obvious when it comes to people like Snoop? The obvious is that he's been bought and paid for a long time ago once he beat that murder case.
Yeah. Because he had posted something. Somebody had posted something like posted a clip of this police chief that was talking about. You good? Okay. Somebody posted a clip about this police chief is telling people like,
barbershop talk, nigga. It's just whatever.
Right. Posted this clip about this police chief was telling people, hey, if you go in people's houses, they're locked and loaded to shoot you. So I advise you not to do that because they might shoot you. And I thought it was a great clip. And Snoop posted something like, oh, that's Donald Trump Jr. I'm like, no, he's telling you niggas are locked and loaded. They practice their Second Amendment. Don't run up in their house. But he was all, no, that's Donald Trump. Like, you sound like one of these you sound like one of these people that, oh, guns, oh my gosh, oh, what are you doing? Like, you know what I mean? You don't sound like how your music sounds. You know what I mean? Like, I'm seeing a whole different side.
Well, you can't really say that no more because he do gospel. Takes you up.
What are you doing, reggae?
Whoa.
What are you doing, reggae?
That ain't no street shit.
He's doing everything, man. He's doing reggae. He's doing R&B.
Cooking show.
The R&G album came out. But I'm not going to let y'all talk too bad about Snoop because he is my favorite. No. He is my favorite rapper.
No.
Cool.
Yeah, hold on. Your favorite what?
He's my favorite rapper.
Rapper.
Rapper, yeah.
Yeah.
Not activist.
Yeah,
Other than
you
that,
separate
no.
the
I
two.
didn't say my favorite actor. That's not what he is. But,
Right.
Favorite
No.
West Coast rapper.
No, but I just brought the whole thing. You said the Zimmerman thing, how like niggas need to be on some real shit, like and handle that. But we too busy worried about rainbow hair niggas. So I mean, that's neither here nor there.
Like Nip said,
But you
on
can't
mute
only
time.
say Snoop though. It's a lot of them.
No, but he, no, it's a lot of them. But
Whole lot of them.
One vocal about him that this dude coming out of jail. Nobody, who cares? Like he's a troll. Why are you so worried about it? Like he put him and Meek Mill put so much energy into it. It's like, are you guys really gangsters or what? What is it? Is it just really studio shit? Like nobody gives a fuck about him. Like who cares?
The best person said the best thing about that whole situation, and that was Nip. Rest in peace.
Yeah, and that
let that man be that man, and
yeah, put him on movie time.
Whatever happened to Shitty Cuz and Nip? Like whatever happened to that?
Okay, now you
nobody talk about how Shitty Cuz. We don't know if he got life. Like what happened?
No, they're not gonna bring.
Because it goes back to what you said. We got ADHD, so we move on from that shit. You know what I'm saying? We on to the next thing. You know what I'm saying? But the truth of the matter is that shit is still going on, and we don't know what's going on with that.
I ain't forgetting about Shitty Cuz.
And ain't nobody forgetting about it, but it's like niggas got ADHD. I'm telling you.
That's
because that's not big shit right now. That's not breaking news. You know what I'm saying? It's like whatever.
Exactly.
So we've been on this for a minute, man. I appreciate all y'all, but I almost want to hit y'all with this knockout punch that I want y'all to honestly answer from y'all soul. So why are we hated as Black people?
Oh man, the way you walk, the way you talk, the way you smell.
Because I'm gonna leave y'all with
the way
this.
You act.
if Black lives don't matter so much, then why don't we just have a blackout day where there's no Black people, which means there's none of our culture, there's none of our music, there's none of our athletes, there's none of our inventions, there's nothing that a Black person has ever touched. We just eliminate it for that day to see if Black lives truly do matter.
Give me the date and time. I'm with it. But right now, I'm about to go eat. A real Black nigga.
Go enjoy your food, man.
Hey,
man, I love y'all. Y'all be safe, bro. I'm gone, though.
All right.
SG, out.
All right, Q, nice meeting you.
Nice meeting you too, bro, man.
I got to get with you, bro. I have not forgot. But they working me like a slave.
I'm already knowing.
Yeah, it's bad, bro. All right, y'all.
Yeah.
I love y'all, man. Y'all be safe.
Be cool.
You too.
Later.
So let's dive into this with the two probably most knowledgeable people on the subject. I'm gonna let Q start it off. Hopefully they don't hack his damn phone. But why are we hating?
I'm on a computer. It's probably my Wi-Fi that's messing up. You know, you got kids gaming and stuff, so that's probably why.
It's all good.
Why do they hate us?
Yes.
Like I think I was kind of getting into it earlier with you yesterday. The reason why they hate us is because it's just like Christianity. We were born into it. We got drugged down to the church, and we just became Christian, right? So then, like, they were born into a situation where, by them being white, gave them certain privileges, gave them certain advances in life. So it's not that they hate us; they just hate the representation that we represent, which is everything that you've done to us. We still rise and we're better than you in so many things. I mean, it's so hard. It's so hard for you to put a pin on something that a white person does that's extremely better than someone who's melanated. And when I say melanated, I'm saying that once they get rid of all of us niggas, Mexicans are next, Africans are next. Like, so anybody who has melanin in their skin, they're going to hate it. But let's look at it from a perspective of a religion. If you're taught by your mom, you go to church, you pray to God or whatever, then that's something that you were brought up in. You're somehow ingrained in your mind only, that this is going to benefit you. So in their mind, it benefits them to have some kind of leg up against somebody, not knowing that at one point, and I think this is probably in their DNA, at one point the Moors were in Europe, and they brought they brought them out of all of this shit, like that Black Plague that happened in Europe, because Europeans were so nasty where they didn't have sewer systems, they didn't educate them. They were basically all of the stuff that they were talking about us indigenous people being wild and uneducated. No, they were that.
There's them.
They were that. The Moors from Africa came over and taught them everything, brought them the sciences of Egypt, brought them all of this information, and then they also dominated them as well for about 700 years. We talking about 400 years. No, they got dominated by blacks from Africa. So inside their psyche, passed down like how we pass down the Bible, passed down like we pass down old stories that we've heard from our people, they pass that down to never, ever let those niggas do that again. So that's why they hate us. Because if you just think about the greatness that we have right now, all of the greatness that we brought to the world, just think if they took off the cap and actually gave us the same head start that they had, what would this world look like then?
Totally different.
It'll be a totally different situation. So therefore, they have to keep the lid on top of this.
Right.
Because once you pull that lid off, it's a wrap.
Yeah.
That's why they hate you.
So, my brother, TR, what you think?
I mean, I don't know how I follow that, but I agree with everything you're saying. I think it goes back even deeper. It goes back to like even slavery, like, and like Malcolm X called them, you know, they're white. We call it white devils, man. They came and got us. They tortured us. They broke up our families. They raped us, men and women. Castrated the men. You know what I mean? Separated them from their family. Just tortured. And I think they had this fixation on black people. You know, a lot of shit like in Dr. Fresh Wilson's book, The ISIS Paper, which is a good book to read to understand this shit. If you want to understand it, read that book. She talked about even as far as how the white cigarette, the cigarette has like a white, it represents a male penis. So they find strength in certain things or whatever, and how they're obsessed with black men. That the man's penis is a threat to them. Black masculinity. They don't want their heritage. They don't want their blood mixed with theirs. They think they're the minority because they think they're getting taken over. That's why they're so hostile. Because that's why they hate to see black and white couples mixed together, because they don't want to see that. They don't want to see their bloodline go away. So that's what they think. So a lot of it is just like they have this weird porn where these white dudes will let black dudes fuck their wives and shit like that. I forgot what it's called, but it's like some weird mental psyche shit. So it's also this fixation, but also a need to keep us oppressed and not, like you said, rise and open that cap, because open that cap is a wrap. So they'll give us little trinkets, little stuff here and there, but overall they hate us because it's an infatuation, but it also knows that they know the power that we have. We come from kings and queens. You know, this shit that we have right now, they took away our culture, man. Like, if we knew exactly what we had, what we were, it'll be over. This whole shit would just be over. But unfortunately, we don't have culture. We don't have anybody to run to. Like, these other cultures, like, you always say, well, why black people can't pick themselves up and this and that? Well, the Chinese come over here, but they can get money sent from them, from China. They have somewhere they can run to. They have these different United Nations where these different countries and shit like that can back them up. We have nobody to back us up, so we're easy prey. So, again, taking that cap off, it's going to be a wrap. So they have to keep us on wrap. So it goes deep. The ISIS Papers by Dr. Fresh Cress Wilson is a great book, and it'll tell you exactly, and she broke it down to a science, why they hate us. So it's grassroots level.
I'm about to check that out, man. But honestly, y'all, we've been on this for a minute, man. I appreciate y'all coming on. I appreciate SG, even though he had to run and go get a burrito. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate you, Q. You already know, man. You know what I'm saying? Love all
Great
day.
talk, man.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You've been dropping knowledge on me for 2 years, bro. I love you for that. You know what I'm saying?
No problem, man. Just whenever you want me, man, I'm here.
And I'm gonna holler at you off. I'm gonna holler at you off air in a minute about some other stuff. But TR, did you want to leave us with anything, or
Nah, I mean, we know what it is, and just keep your mouth closed and your eyes open.
Yeah, that's the best thing I can say. Q, you want to leave them with anything? Day one fan of the podcast.
Oh yeah, man. Oh, man, I don't have much to say, man. I just want everybody to just kind of start operating in love for self and love for the people. If we start doing that, we'll see a lot of things change just off of doing that. Like I said, let's change our minds. That's the only thing we can change. The only way I changed and became who I am today is because I decided to change my mind. So I want to leave everybody with that. Change your mind. Change where you stand.
Yeah.
Don't let everything else fall where it is.
Honestly, everything that you said today, I mean, definitely opened up my eyes. Hopefully it opens up some of these listeners' eyes as well. And let's just stay woke, you know what I'm saying, and see things for what they truly are, you know what I'm saying? Other than that, I mean, like we always say, we out. Peace.
Peace.
Hold on.
You going?